Welcome to College Code. I'm your host, Angela Luna, and these are my special guests, Aaron and Jesse. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Well, on our episode today, we're going to be talking about what to do on campus at Northwest and what to go around on Maryville. So what are some experiences you guys have had here at Northwest?
Drinking. Drinking.
In Maryville, honestly, I only grew up a half an hour away from here, so I've been to Maryville a lot. And even coming to college, though, there's really not much you can do here. You can go to the movie theater, which honestly, not really a lot of people do that unless it's like Deadpool or something.
for a movie.
Yeah, I can't even afford food. I can't go to a $10 movie.
I don't have a big purse to put my popcorn in.
I have fun going to eat food. That's one thing you can do. Like you can go to Carson's or Simply Cyan. A lot of people like Happy Garden. I don't. It's like cheap Chinese food, but what it tastes like is cheap Chinese food.
Gotcha. Well, besides Maryville, is there some things you guys like to do on campus? I know personally, I really like using the Foster Fitness Center.
Never walked
Dang,
inside.
girl, did it.
Yeah.
I looked at it once.
I went to the Foster Fitness Center and because the New Year's resolution or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I'll try it out. Why not? And I went for 3 days, and it was it wasn't that bad because I was always scared to go to the gym and stuff because I was worried that other people were looking at me just because that's what I do. But then again, I don't look at them in a negative light. I'm like, man, I wish I could lift those weights. I wish I could have muscles like that. Wow, she just ran a mile and she can still breathe. I only ran one lap, and it's pretty tough for me right now. But it's also kind of hard to find that motivation and doing it alone too. But I'm happy for the people that have been able to do that. So that's pretty awesome.
Well, I know too, they have a bunch of group exercises class too, where they have a bunch of people, and you can also sign up with your friends to have even a personal trainer or something like that. But besides also the fitness center, I mean, there's also different organizations you can join or clubs with an interest. Are you guys a part of any organizations or anything on campus?
Why do you always look at me?
I don't know who's going to go
I know. I mean, does
I expect you to have the greatest answer, okay?
I started my own, for sure, no. I mean, no.
I actually had a dream
I
that
don't
someone
know
asked
how
me to be in
to.
a fraternity, and I was like, yes! I would love to be in a fraternity.
I would love
That
to
is
be
so
in a fraternity.
great.
I'd be in a fraternity over sorority.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Greek life, there's also, what do you guys think are also the pros and cons of joining a sorority or fraternity?
Do we want to start with the pros or the cons?
We'll go with pros. Let's start nice. We can start nice.
Okay.
And on a bad note.
I think just the basic thing is that what everyone thinks about sororities or fraternities is you join to meet new people and stuff, which I mean I feel that's the goal too. And then also if you want to get if you want something to look good on your resume, there's a lot of service opportunities, and also I don't know if this is a real thing, but I heard about insurance or something. If you're in a Greek organization, you get lower insurance or something like that.
I don't think that's
I've never had that. So
Really?
I mean,
That's a bummer.
I know.
Maybe
I was
someone's
that
told
was
me
true.
about
Son,
that.
what insurance plan is this?
Exactly. Yeah. Do you have anything nice to say? No. Okay.
I mean, I've never, been in a sorority, but
I think if obviously from being in an organization, it's in a sorority organization, it's the outside looking in. I mean, you of course see the movies and the stereotypes, and it is different.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
it's definitely not
think so.
what you
it's
see
not like
in the
what
movies.
you think it is. I wish sometimes it could be as cool, but I know the Greek organizations on campus here have done a lot of getting students involved and hosting things on campus. So I guess now since we've talked to pros, what do you guys think are the cons of being in a sorority or fraternity?
I think the cons would be it's time consuming because I actually didn't go through recruitment. I went to one of my friends, she was in a sorority, and I went to one of their events, and they were like, hey, we want you to be in our sorority. And I was like, oh my god, no way, I want to be in a sorority. This is crazy. And then once I joined, it was
that?
no,
That's probably
I
why
was
they
I
wanted
did
you
it,
to
and I was
be.
really excited, and then I was like, this is scary because it's once you get in, it's just money. I think it costs $500 for me to get a badge, pay dues and everything. Also, it's time consuming. The meetings are long, if you don't go to these like specific things, like we had like spirit days or something we were supposed to go to. And like honestly, like the main reason I dropped was because of money, and also I was really annoyed by the fact that I missed this one like spirit day thing where all we did was like learn chants. Like it was just like it was something so small and minor, and I missed it because I had to work and I got fined $30. And I was like, this isn't really right, honestly. Like I'm a college student, like trying to get through life, and I mean $30 is like the time that I worked. So I was like, okay, this isn't really worth it to me.
And I never understand sororities or fraternities that do the whole fining thing. I mean, the sorority I was in, it was considered hazing through our nationals. So when I heard that there was sororities that still had that, and I was really surprised there's certain ones on campus still that take that method, you know, because mine used to, but I'm really thankful they didn't. And of course, you know, that's the reason I dropped too, being, you know, especially involved with mass media and other organizations on campus. You know, they encourage you to get involved, but how can I get involved if, you know, you're telling me I'm not making these points and stuff. But I mean, I tell everyone you should still go through recruitment, experience it yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at least go through. You don't necessarily, you can drop whenever you want. But I mean, it is a really great experience, and I've met so many awesome people through it. So
yeah, I think like one of the main things was that it was also kind of a little bit cliquey. I remember one time we went to a meeting, and then I wanted to like eat dinner with my other friends. They're like, "Oh, you're not going to sit with us?" And
We'll get back to talking about with Greek life in our next segment, and we'll also get talking to relationships and dating. So don't turn that dial, and we'll be right here on College Code. And we are back with this week's episode of College Code. I'm your host, Angela Luna, and these are my guests, Aaron and Jesse. Still doing all right after the break, guys?
I'm so hungry.
Well, unfortunately, that's not in our budget, but we have come back with our new next segment. Here we're talking now about relationships and dating in college. So what are your guys' takes? Have you guys had a boyfriend or anything along that matter? I know you said you have a boyfriend, right?
Yeah, I have a boyfriend.
So how long have you guys been together?
We were together for like a year and a half, and then I broke up with him, and then we just got back together like last week and a half ago.
Nice. So did you guys meet? You're a freshman this year, right? Or junior, sophomore?
I'm a senior.
Senior? Just kidding.
I'm 20. I'm almost 23. I'm super old. Anyways, yeah, we met here.
Right here at Northwest.
Yeah, we were friends for like a good year. Nice. And then, you know, drunk nights. Not like that. Just talked a lot. And then made out a little.
And everything, you know.
Just one thing led to another. And then they're dating now.
Just kind of escalated real quick, you know.
I've never had like a boyfriend in college, but I think it was like my freshman year, first semester. I started talking to this guy, and it was funny because I met him at Taco Bell. Not working there, he's just like a customer. And there was like a spilled drink on the table, and then he's like, "Yeah, like, could you help me clean this up?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it was like one of those like cute like movie moments, like
he spilled it on purpose so he could ask you.
He didn't even spill it. It was like a spill was already there, but he made it seem like he did it.
He seen you come in, and he's like, "Oh,
yeah."
Oh,
and like
dang.
we like cleaned it together, and we had that moment of like looking up, and we were like,
Lady and the Tramp.
It was beautiful.
So what happened next? Did you guys go on a date?
It was really funny because like it was weird because his name was Van, and then I actually saw him on the way to Wells one day, and I was like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Jonathan," and I was like, "I swear this guy's name is Van." And then this is when Tinder is the real hero, okay? Like I went on Tinder and I realized this guy's name is Jonathan Van, so I Facebook stalk him. Hold on, this is not creepy. And we talked for a while, and we got along really well. We went out on Halloween together. He was Woody, and I was a fire sauce packet from Taco Bell, obviously. And it just didn't seem to work out. He actually transferred to another college, so unfortunately I didn't get my shot. But it was a nice moment while it lasted.
Right. And so do you think long distance is even harder in college? You know,
Yes.
do you think, you know, it's easier? I mean, it's hard to trust people nowadays, especially, you know, people hooking up.
Got that
you
right.
know,
Like,
especially here at Northwest.
exactly. Like honestly, I would actually be like talking to a guy at a party and be like, oh my gosh, they're like so cute, this is great. And then the next day I realized they had a girlfriend, and I was like, I was almost that girl. Like, I don't want to be like the type of person to break up a relationship.
And it's not your fault, obviously. You know, the worst is, especially on Tinder, what always I never understand is you see people on Tinder and there's a picture of them and their girlfriend, and I'm wondering, do you know what this is for? And I mean, you have a girlfriend.
Like, we're on break right now.
I know. Have you guys used Tinder really at all, or have you
did
guys
it
had
for
any
fun
weird
to
experiences with
make fun
Tinder?
of people.
I was
I'm a terrible person.
I can't talk to boys only as like if like they're like bros. But I was like, yeah, like I'll try out this like Tinder thing, and I've met a few people on Tinder, but I mean, I definitely wouldn't use it. Like, just don't use Tinder.
I feel with Tinder, if you're trying to find your future wife or husband or wife, Tinder's not exactly the place to go for that. So
I got Tinder
That's
and
what
my
I think
roommate used it and swiped left for. Is that the no? Swiping left?
yeah, swipe left is it's
I don't know
no,
which one
I don't
did,
want
I
you.
guess.
And then if you swipe right, and then you can hopefully
He just
match
wanted to play
and
with
you get
it,
a
so I got
notification.
Tinder so that my roommates could play with it.
Also, too, like Tinder's really misleading because like sometimes I find my friends on Tinder and I'll swipe right and they're like, "Ooh, you have a crush on me." I'm like, "No, like I just know who you are." So
I just want you to feel
swiped.
good about yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh gosh, that was too funny. Like one time I found my friend Connor Heitman on Tinder.
Oh,
And it
nice.
was really funny. Nothing happened. We're friends. Anyway, nothing. Never mind.
You have it here, ladies and gentlemen. Tinder, wouldn't recommend finding your future husband or wife. And so tune in next week for our episode of College Code. We'll still be here on KNWT Channel 8. I'm your host, Angela Luna. Thank you to my guests, Aaron and Jesse. And come see us again next week right here on Channel 8.